All right, hey everybody, welcome to the stream. I hope the quality is not awful. Probably is because I have awful internet. But today I figured we'd do a little bit of a test stream, kind of get our feet wet and this kind of stuff, so I can make sure I get my settings down for when I do future streams. But I figured I'd talk about a few things, what the plans are for the channel. This will probably be a bit of a shorter stream, probably about 20-30 minutes, and I just talk about some stuff on what I'm working on, and yeah, any requests or anything, you can throw them in the chat, and we'll go from there. All right. So, what have I been working on? Well, first off, let's talk about what I've been vaping on. I've got here my RX 200, which is very, very beat up. This thing is my workhorse. I've had this thing for like probably 2 years almost, maybe not 2 years, maybe a year and a half. This thing has just been a beater mod for me, and it's pretty good. I've got some HG2s in there, 3 of them, obviously, and probably gonna pick up some VTC 5As or something for it because my battery wraps are starting to get a little bit torn, and I don't want that, and I have absolutely no idea how to rewrap them. How's it going, Laura? How's everything going for you today? Sorry if the delay is a little bit off and it takes me a second to read the chat. It takes me a minute to kind of look at the chat, and then it takes a while for the actual video to come back around and get to you. So, but it's looking like the stream is buffering. Of course it is. Maybe it's just on my end. I have no idea. I'm not too bad, actually. Been mixing up a lot of stuff lately. I've got, where did I put it? Somewhere around here. Of course, I've lost it. Well, I have another bottle right here. This is a reused bottle that I got from Sample Box. This is like a remix, sort of, my own take on, what's his name? Not Charles Manson's Short Bar. So I'm trying to work on that, and it's coming out all right so far. Not ready to release it just yet. It's just not to the point where I want it, and it's basically a blueberry kind of deal, well, a berry mix short bar, and I mean it's not bad, but it's not great either. So I'm not ready to release that just yet. Been vaping on some Le Milkman, which is my all day vape. And it's my favorite. It's my favorite. There's not much more I can say about that. John from JFM Development actually mixed it up on his live stream yesterday, or I believe it was 2 days ago now, and he really liked it. He said it was good. So, you know, I mean, I'm pretty proud of that. You know, I've only been mixing for about 8 months to a year, so, you know, I don't have a lot of recipes out, and a lot of them are private because they were a lot of hit and miss stuff when I was still kind of learning ingredients, because, you know, I didn't know a bunch about it, but I've learned more, and yeah. But anyways, next up, we've got Dat Donut Dough, which I did a video of yesterday. It's still steeping. It's coming out decent so far. You know, I might tweak it a little bit and do some more stuff. My guinea pig is going crazy up there. If you can hear that, I don't know. He's just a crazy little boy. Next up is Peanut Punch. This stuff is, I didn't make a video on this, but it is a shake and vape, and it's a really simple shake and vape. Now, the story behind this is this was my first ever recipe that I made, and the way it all came to fruition was I went out to a craft store, and I bought this sort of, like sampler pack of Loran's flavors. Okay, it came with like watermelon, it came with fruit punch, it came with pina colada, and I was like, well, let's try mixing up some of these. And I tried the watermelon. The watermelon was okay. In my opinion, that watermelon needs to be mixed with a few others to really let it shine, and it's more of a candied watermelon, but it's not that great for me. But yeah, I mixed up pina colada and fruit punch by Loran's, and it was awesome. It was just really good for me, and I was like, wow, this stuff is decent actually for once, and it's my first mix. And I was really stoked on that because I was like, I'm actually not going to be half bad at this, hopefully. So I mixed that up, and it was really good. And that's what Peanut Punch is. It's just it's Flavor West because I couldn't get the Loran's Fruit Punch from Bull City. It's Flavor West Fruit Punch type, I believe, and Loran's Pina Colada. It's just 2 flavors, and it's not bad. It's a good shake and vape. So, you know, I don't like to hype up my recipes and say, oh, they're the best thing ever, but it's pretty good. I like it. So check it out if you want to. It's on my ELR. It's called Peanut Punch. And if you guys want a link, I'll throw it in the chat. But next up, straw cereal milk, or straw cereal. I completely butchered this. I have like a little C on there and everything from the label maker. So straw cereal milk. It's basically cereal milk, and it's got some cereal in there. It's actually a little heavy on the cereal after it's steeped for a few days, so I don't know how this is going to turn out, but I'm still working on that one. It's a work in progress, basically. And this is one of my favorites. This stuff is actually going pretty quick. It's an ice cream cone, a vanilla ice cream cone, and it's not bad. You know, I mean, it's a good recipe, in my opinion. It's a simple recipe. It's got like 6 or 7 ingredients. Some of you might not find that it's simple, but for me, that's simple because some of my recipes that I have on private are like 12 ingredients, and it's just like a mishmash of everything. And you don't need to do crazy recipes. Let's just put it that way, because crazy recipes lead to getting your flavors all, you know, crushed together, and it's not something that you want. It's better to stick with something that has less flavors and less flavor percentages. I'm not saying like every flavor should be mixed at 1%, but keeping your flavor totals as low as possible while still retaining good flavor is definitely a good idea. And that's something that I do. You know, My Late Milkman recipe, which is not a clone of the Milkman, before anybody jumps to any conclusions here. It's not a clone. It's just a recipe I made up, and it's basically milk. You know, it's strawberry milk, and I really like it. It's my favorite recipe. So yeah. Next up is Peach Smash. This was a part of the starting DIY videos, and it was... Is the stream buffering a lot? Let me know if the stream is buffering a lot. I can't tell on my end because it's buffering constantly for me. That's probably just because I'm streaming. But Peach Smash is a peach and strawberry, I believe, if I can remember correctly. And this one, it's pretty good. You know, I like it. It's another simple recipe. It's, I think, 3 ingredients. Excuse me. And it's really simple. I'm really bad at words today. So I got the hiccups. But it's essentially... Why do I keep saying these words? See, this is why there's so many jump cuts in my videos, because I'm still getting used to talking in front of a camera, and I just trip over my own words constantly. It's ridiculous. But it's essentially a peach and strawberry. That's all there is to it. You know, the flavorings explain themselves, really. But it's really not a half bad recipe, and I'd recommend checking it out if you like simple profiles, if you like fruit, if you like that kind of stuff. Check it out. And yeah, so that's pretty much all I've been mixing. I don't think... what do I have over here? Oh, right. I've been working on a cake recipe. This is strawberry drizzled cake. It's not smelling half bad. I'm letting it steep right now because I know for a fact that yellow cake needs to steep for at least a week and a half before it's ready to vape. So, then we've got peach yogurt, which came out okay. it doesn't really have much of a yogurt. I mean, it has that sourness to it because I'm using Greek yogurt. It has that sour note to it, and it's not bad. And if you're wondering why I keep looking over here, I'm looking at my monitor just to check the stream and see if there's any chat or anything going on. But it's not a bad yogurt, but it's not a great yogurt either. A lot of my recipes are very trial and error. They take a while, and they're just, you know, some come out great, some don't. So that's kind of how DIY mixing goes. It's some are great, some aren't. I need a vape. I haven't vaped in a while. But yeah, I'm trying to think of what else we can talk about here. I guess let's talk about what I use for my videos. So I'll kind of go into my audio setup a little bit, my camera setup, then I'll go into my mixing stuff. So first off, the audio stuff. This is a ATR 2100. It's a USB and XLR microphone. It's a dynamic microphone, so you have to talk into it. Kind of like this, you know, get that deep voice going on. Sorry, I'll never do that again. But anyways, you need to talk into the microphone. And then you've got my mixer over here on my desk. I can't show you that because it's a little bit big. It's I think it's a 8-channel mixer. And it's awesome. It's the Yamaha, what is it? Yamaha MGX, or MG10X. Yeah, MG10XU. It's got sound effects, all kinds of crazy stuff. It's an awesome mixer, and if you're really looking to up your audio game, I'd recommend checking one out. It's especially great for streaming because you can get this sort of mellow and toned voice, and it really goes well, especially if you have a bassy voice. You can do like wonders with it. I don't have that much of a bassy voice. I kind of sound like a 16-year-old, to be honest with you, and I'm 20, so that's a benefit of me. But yeah, that's the audio setup. For the camera, I'm using the Logitech C920. It's a pretty basic web camera. It's nothing special. And, you know, I mean, it's pretty much known around to be the top camera for live streams and that kind of stuff. It's what everybody gravitates towards. And a lot of YouTube gamers use it and that kind of stuff. And the reason I have all this, actually, I didn't just go out and buy all this just to start this YouTube channel. The only thing I bought to start this was the Logitech camera and the tripod. I actually used to do YouTube a while back. I had a few different channels. I had a gaming channel. I know, very cliche. And I had a graphic design channel. I used to do a lot of graphic design back about a year ago. And I used to do a lot of YouTube banners for people and that kind of stuff. And I loved it. You know, it was tons of fun. And I was like, oh man, I want to do this when I grow up. Because when will I ever grow up? And it never really came to fruition. You know, I was going to go to college for it. And I just, you know, I lost interest. And part of that is due to my depression. I've had depression for about 4 years now. And, you know, it really puts a damper on things when you're trying to do stuff. But we won't get too personal into that crap because I'm sure you guys don't want to hear that. But mixing supplies. First off, most importantly, a scale. This is the, what are you? The AWS 100. This is an awesome scale. It is just freaking awesome. It reads really quickly. I have thought about getting the LB501 for the videos and all that. And yeah. But then we've got the Norpro mixer here. If you don't have one of these, definitely check it out. It saves you a lot of time when shaking bottles because you can just take your bottle, pop the top off if you already have a top on. Which I don't know why you would if you're mixing. But, you know, pop the mixer in there and you can blend it. It's really easy. Great mixer. Awesome mixer. Let's see. What else do we need? Flavorings, obviously. You know, there's a ton of flavors out there. I've gone over my favorites in the video, but just kind of as a quick note, vanilla custard is an essential one, in my opinion. Yellow cake is there on the top because it adds a really nice body to your mix, even at low percentages. Or if you want a cakey note, you can use it higher, but lower percentages will add a really good body to your mix. And let's see, what else do we have? Biscuit by Inawera. I use that quite a lot. Meringue by TFA or Flavor Art, your choice, you know, either one. Yellow cake is by Flavor West, by the way. Sweet strawberry, Red Touch. What else? TFA's strawberry ripe, definitely a must-have. I don't have any on hand right now. I haven't used it in a while, actually, and I need to pick some more up because, my God, what am I doing mixing without TFA strawberry ripe? It's just ridiculous. Yeah, there's a ton of flavors out there, and I can't list all of them, but I do have a video on my top 5 flavors. I'll probably, once I get the streaming thing down and I get more organized, I'll do a more in-depth sort of look at flavors and what my favorites are, and have a nice big compiled stream and have a list ready and everything. This is more of a test stream than anything, just kind of work with it and see how it all comes out and everything. But what else are we looking at? Gloves. Gloves. You need gloves. Okay. These gloves right here. These gloves. $14 on Amazon. That's it. Get a 100-pack of them. And in my opinion, they're essential for mixing with nicotine because I have nicotine in this bottle right here. And if you don't mix with gloves when you're handling nicotine, it's a bad idea. I'm not saying you can't, you know, it's, as DIY Vapor says, it's your own home, do what you want. But I think it's a good idea to mix with gloves because if you get it on your skin, you're going to be very sick. If you get a lot of it on your skin, you're going to be extremely sick and have a chance of dying or, you know, something like that. I don't know the entire side effects of getting it on your skin because I never have, because I don't want it on my skin. I mix extremely carefully with nicotine. I'm very slow with it, and it's just, I don't like messing with it in general. In fact, when I first started mixing, I was like, I'm never going to mix with nicotine because I don't want to touch it. I was so scared of it. So, you know, I mean, I can't tell you have to wear gloves, but I highly recommend you do because it's something that I personally have found to be the best thing after research. So, next, gotta reach over here to grab this. This little handy dandy fella right here, the Dymo Letra Tag, is a label maker, and this thing was like $14 at Walmart. It is a great thing to have because you can print out any labels, stick them on your bottle. The one thing I have found is the labels do not stick too well to the bottles when they're kind of, if they have any juice on them or anything after washing them, they don't stick well. So it's optional. You don't need it. You can just take a piece of paper and tape it on. That's what I used to do with my bottles. In fact, this one has tape on it because the label wasn't sticking. So, you know, I used to tape my labels on. That's right. Mr. Fancy over here. But let me think. What else do we want to talk about? I think that's it for mixing stuff. Bottles, obviously. You can get those on Amazon. I have them from 510 Direct, I think. 510 Central. I got 30 ml bottles from them. It's got the thin tip on it so you can fit it into like the tanks that have really small fill holes and that kind of stuff. But yeah. So I guess let's talk about some of the stuff I have for vape stuff. I do not actually have a lot, believe it or not. I I have 2 mods. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. I have 3 mods. One of which is very patinaed and has stuff all over it. This stuff contracts your skin, like the skin gunk, faster than anything. Let me clean it off really quick because it's gross and I don't want to show that on camera. Give it a quick wipe down. I don't have any alcohol around, so I can't just wipe it off. This is actually quite an expensive mod. It's a mech, actually. I bought a mech because of the FDA regulations. But this is the Vicious Ant Phenom. And it is an awesome little mod. It's pretty much got a full copper housing, I believe. It's half stainless steel, half copper on the body, and it's got a 510. It's not a hybrid, and I like that about it. I do not like hybrid mods, and the reason I don't like hybrid mods is because they're just not that safe for me. You know, I mean, I don't want to have to take that chance of my 510 being not protruding enough and have it short on me and, you know, have bad times. So, Vicious Ant Phenom, it's about $160, I believe. It's not a cheap mech mod. It was kind of like my little extravagant splash. Kind of wish I bought a DNA instead, like a Triad or something, because, oh, Lost Vape. They have some nice mods. This one is actually not mine. This is my wife's mod. This is the TC100 Coolfire TCR words. Coolfire 4 TC100. Awesome mod. Anakin does great things with mods. They are very safety conscious, and they do great things with their mods. I have heard the new one, the Ultra 150 or whatever. It has a bit of a gap on the top, so I'm probably not going to pick that one up. If I do, hopefully the gap is fixed when I pick it up, but I'm not going to pick it up right now. Devices, or atomizers rather. I have the Velocity V1 here, and I just got some simple microcoils, 10 wraps each, coming out to about what are you coming out to? 0.54. It's kind of my flavor build. I don't run like, well, actually that's a lie. I do run like aliens. I have an alien in my Tsunami, but I don't like bottom airflow. Shit's awful because it leaks and leaks and leaks and leaks, and I do not like that. So, I'm using the Velocity, and I actually have the V2 right here. But the problem is, see if I can get that up there. Not one, but 2 of the O-rings broke off. So, and I don't have any extras. So I can't use that because they're broken. So that's pleasant. But it's not a big deal, I guess, because I'm not a huge fan of the Velocity V2 because it has that little notch on the deck that you have to line the top cap up with. And when you line that notch up, it pushes the O-rings down and they stick outside of the top cap. I don't like that because that's what caused both of the O-rings to break. So I don't like that at all. It's not cool. Hate it. So, you know, in my opinion, I wouldn't recommend the V2. Go with the V1. I hear they actually have a V3 out now. Haven't really looked at it. It has bottom airflow again, so I'm not really going to look into that. But yeah, next up, we've got the Praxis Derringer. This isn't a clone, by the way. It's not an authentic. It's a nice little flavor RDA. It has a 3-post design, and it's tiny. You know, I mean, look at that thing. It's freaking tiny. Let's just put it up to this. It's tiny. So there's no getting around it. It's tiny. And actually, I saw a new RDA come out called the Wasp Nano by, I think it's Umir. I might be saying that wrong, but I'm really want to pick that up because it's got an Ultim top cap, which is really appealing to me because I vape at higher wattages and it gets hot after a while. And it's just, it looks really nice. So I might pick one up. But let's see. What else have I been vaping on? Oh, yeah. This stuff. This is what I bought. I bought some of these, and you can see the labels are just running like crazy. Not a big deal to me. Not a big issue. But I have 120 mil of their strawberry glazed donut. And then I have a 30 mil of their cake batter dip. I just wanted to give them a shot, you know, see what they were like. And their strawberry donut, you can definitely tell there's Zapola in there. It's dead obvious. You know, I pulled it right out of the box, tried it, and I was like, yep, that's Zapola. It's really simple, and I mean, it's understandable because right on their website they say that they use higher concentrated flavors. So, you know, they're probably going to be using Flavor Art, Flavora, that kind of stuff. They're not going to be throwing TFA in there. And the strawberry, I couldn't really pick out any strawberries from it. It wasn't something that I could really pick out. So trying to think of what else. The cake batter dip, it wasn't bad. You know, it's my first ever cake batter dip. I actually don't have that in my mixing collection right now, so I need to pick some of that up on my next order. But it wasn't bad, you know. Throat hit was actually, oh, I have it right here. Look at that. There's the chocolate donut. You can just see the labels are just running all over the place. So, I think that's about everything. I did actually pick this up a while ago. I was trying out different juices to kind of get some profile. This was actually on sale from Mojo Vapor, and it was like $6 for a 60 mil, and I was like, wow, that is really cheap for a 60 mil. So I picked it up, and it's really light on the flavor. I won't lie. I got it in 6 milligram. That's why it's so dark. I couldn't get it any lower. I would have gotten a 3 otherwise, but you know, 6 milligram wasn't a huge step up for me. I vaped 6, and you know, that's what I used to vape when I started. So, you know, 6 milligram, and you know, that wasn't too bad. But yeah, it's not a bad juice, but it didn't taste like much. You know, the flavor profile is a crunchy funnel cake dusted with powdered sugar. I didn't really get the powdered sugar, to be honest. I mean, I got a little bit of funnel cake, but it was really light on the flavor. And for those who don't know, I love my Pow in your face flavors. You know, Les Milkman is pretty good in your face, but it's low on the percentages. But yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else we can really chat about right now. Ooh, knocking stuff over. I think that about wraps it up. This was just a quick little stream, just kind of test things out and do a little bit of chatting. New video will hopefully be out tomorrow. Don't know what I'm going to do yet. Still got to figure that out. But also, I wanted to announce we're going to be doing a little thing every Monday. I'm going to try to do it every Monday, actually. I shouldn't say we will, because, you know, life comes up sometimes, can't upload. So, but I'm going to try and do it every Monday. It's going to be a random mixing session. So we're just going to grab stuff that looks good and we're going to mix it up. If you have any suggestions for what you'd like me to mix, leave them in the comments or leave them in the chat, and I'll give them a shot. You know, even if I have to buy flavors for them, I will pick them up. So if you don't see it right on your on the first video, you know, it's just because I had to buy and order the flavorings. I do buy flavorings every time the paycheck comes in. So yeah, but I think that about wraps it up. So thanks for watching the stream, everybody who tuned in, and I will see you guys in Tomorrowland. So bye-bye.